You know, they say the internet is like a thrift shop. You never know what you're going to find, but once you do, it's probably vintage, slightly used, and has a peculiar smell.
Oh, even Stink would say that stinks.
It's a place where the past, present, and future mash up into a delightful blend of aesthetics. Some of these aesthetics are like time-traveling machines, transporting us back to the good old days. So, buckle up as we dive into the world of nostalgia-based internet aesthetics. You might even find that peculiar smell. Starting our countdown at number 5, we have Vaporwave, the aesthetic that makes you feel like you're in a never-ending 80s commercial. Now, isn't that a trip down memory lane?
Time for a little walk down memory lane.
Vaporwave is a fascinating blend of retro internet culture, nostalgic music vibes, pastel colors, and an inexplicable fascination with Greek statues. It's like taking a time machine back to the 80s and 90s, but with a touch of modern irony. Isn't it just the perfect paradox? But there's more than meets the eye. Vaporwave cleverly uses these elements to serve as an ironic critique of capitalism and consumer culture. It's a bold statement wrapped in a pastel-colored package, making it one of the most unique internet aesthetics out there. So if you're in the mood for some capitalist critique with your nostalgia, Vaporwave's got you covered. It's like sipping on a neon-colored cocktail of nostalgia, all while pondering the complexities of consumerism. Now, who said internet aesthetics couldn't be thought-provoking? Coming in at number 4, we have Cottagecore. It's like Little House on the Prairie decided to start a Tumblr blog. Now, let's dive right into this charming aesthetic. At its heart, Cottagecore is all about embracing a simpler, more rural way of life.
I'm in the middle of nowhere!
It's the smell of fresh bread baking, the sight of wildflowers in a meadow, the sound of a bubbling brook. It's a world where technology takes a backseat to nature, where we swap our cell phones for sunflowers and our laptops for lavender. But Cottagecore isn't just about pretty pictures and pastoral vibes. It's also a response to the fast-paced, high-stress nature of modern life. It's a digital breath of fresh air, a virtual escape to a world where the Wi-Fi is always weak but the tea is always strong. So there you have it, Cottagecore, for when you want to escape the digital age and return to a simpler time, if only in your mind. At number 3, we have Synthwave, the soundtrack to your 80s-themed neon dreams. If you've ever felt like you were born in the wrong era, longing for a time of pastel suits, arcades, and the sweet sound of synth music, then you've likely found solace in Synthwave. This aesthetic is a high-octane ride straight back to the 80s, dripping with neon and chrome. It's a music-based aesthetic that transports us into a retro-futuristic world, where the synthesizer is king, and the nights are lit by neon signs. Synthwave is more than just a throwback, it's a celebration of 80s pop culture and music. A time when Marty McFly was time-traveling in a DeLorean, and when the Ghostbusters were saving New York City. It's an era that holds a special place in our hearts and continues to inspire us today. Synthwave, when your aesthetic is a neon-drenched 80s sci-fi movie.
Tron, location query. Confirm.
Just missing our top spot at number 2, we have Dark Academia, because who doesn't want to feel like they're in a gothic novel? Ah, Dark Academia. It's the aesthetic that makes us yearn for the hallowed halls of centuries-old universities, where knowledge is revered and classical literature is the bread and butter of everyday life. It's the love of tweed jackets, the smell of musty old books, and the allure of Gothic architecture that makes this aesthetic so captivating. And why not? Dark Academia is a romanticization of intellectual exploration and learning. It's about embracing the beauty of the mind, the quest for knowledge, and the charm of the old world. In short, it's an ode to the Sherlock Holmes in all of us, with a dash of Edgar Allan Poe thrown in for good measure. Dark Academia, the aesthetic for the Sherlock Holmes in all of us.
I think that the elements, as Dr. Watson said to Sherlock, are coming together, sir.
And at number 1, we have Nostalgicore, the aesthetic that takes Throwback Thursday to a whole new level. Nostalgicore is a heartfelt embrace of all things vintage, from bell-bottom jeans and vinyl records to rotary-dial telephones and sepia-toned photographs. It's not just about fashion or technology, but a longing for the simplicity and charm of yesteryears. In a world where trends change at the speed of a tweet, Nostalgicore stands apart, taking a leisurely stroll down memory lane. It's a comforting cocoon in the whirlwind of the digital age, a testament to the timeless appeal of the past. Nostalgicore, because sometimes the best way to move forward is to look back.
a wrap